back to another tasty episode of Foodies and Friends. Y'all know what time it is. We are 3 weeks out to Houston Restaurant Week's menus going live. I know y'all don't need to let me tell you where we are. Chef Aaron Bludorn, and this may be a new face for you. Chef Allie, you are the new executive chef here at Bludorn.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's so excited. And it's going to be your first Houston Restaurant Weeks at the helm. Of course, Bludorn was one of the huge successes last year. Your first time joining Houston Restaurant Weeks, your first experience. How was it last year?
It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, just see lots of energy, lots of diners excited to see what we put forward, and we had a blast.
Yeah, and Navy Blue also had a very successful Houston Restaurant Weeks last year.
Big time.
2 new concepts. Big news, breaking news. Go ahead, I'll let you.
Yeah. We're adding Bar Bludorn, which was it was only 4 months old last year, so we wanted to get our feet underneath us, but we're excited to participate as well. And then Perseid in Hotel St. Augustine will be participating as well.
Your newest baby.
Yep.
How are things going with that?
Things are great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great part of town. Great to be right across from the Manil. Great, right in the middle of Montrose, and with such a great hotel. It's been a wonderful restaurant.
Well, we are so excited. The Bludorn menu was one of the fan favorites last year. Social media was off the charts. The dishes, incredible and beautiful. And wait until you see why. Let's go right on over to the Foodie Cam to take a look at one of the dishes that you might see on the Houston Restaurant Week's menu 2025. Oh my goodness. All right, chef, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, so we have a cured salmon aguachile. Chef, do you want to? This is your dish.
Yeah. So we cured the salmon with kind of like a pepper salt mix. We have like 3 different dry chilies, some lime, a little bit of garlic. We just cure it for about a couple of hours, and then we sliced it up with some compressed watermelon. Watermelon's like one of my favorite treats in the middle of summer. It gets so hot, and then when you bite into a nice juicy watermelon, you're refreshed. And then I wanted to kind of try to do as much as possible with the watermelon, so I took it, juiced it, and then created a aguachile with it. So a little bit of like, I guess there's a little bit of Thai chili and a little yuzu, but then I go back to the garlic, the onion, and some lime juice as well to brighten it up.
I love that. Lots of really great influences.
Yeah.
Now, Chef Allie, tell us a little bit about yourself. So you've been with the Bludorn Group for a little while now.
Yeah, since
kind of
opening.
Worked your way up. Yeah.
Yeah. Since opening. I opened this kitchen, which it's nice to come back to, but then I've seen myself in Navy Blue. I learned a lot there under Chef Jared. Bar Bludorn I helped open as well as a head chef, and now I'm back here.
That's awesome. And it must be so cool for you to know somebody like Chef Allie and to see the progression through in her education and her journey in culinary. Yeah.
I mean, it's the biggest reward of all. Being able to watch Allie come into her own as a chef and really create and build teams around her. It's been awesome. It's great to have her back here at Bludorn.
Yeah, because that's a big job. This is arguably one of the most popular restaurants, not just in the state, but in America, I think. I mean, I hear people talking about Bludorn all over the place.
Yeah. It's
a little bit of pressure or not too much?
No. It's perfect amount. No, it's great. It's great. I love pushing myself. I like knowing that I can, I guess, accomplish or achieve something, and I like that I know I have a good amount of time here to be able to get that.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
is it refreshing?
It is everything. It is refreshing. Okay. And you know what I love about it? The attention to the small pieces. Okay. Because oftentimes with dishes like this, it's a long piece of salmon or a long piece of watermelon. It's hard to get in your mouth. Mm-hmm. And so I like the smaller bites because it just makes it a little bit easier, a little bit more delightful. Nice job, Chef. All right, let's go back to the Foodie Cam. Let's take a look at one of the other items that will be featured on the Bludorn HRW 2025 menu. We have a few more weeks until those menus go live. All right, Chef, what are we looking at?
So this is our honeydew melon gazpacho. It has like yellow bell peppers, fresh yellow tomatoes. I already mentioned the honeydew melon, a little bit of avocado. But yeah, we let it sit overnight for about 24 hours. We take it, we blend it up. On top, you have some of the coriander, lime, crema, and then we have a pico that is honeydew melon and everything pretty much like it's blended up.
I mean, all of those ingredients in one. Now, Chef, I noticed a lot of your menu items are seasonal. Yes. And so talk a little bit about your strategy and your approach to seasonality in Houston.
Well, I mean, the great thing about seasonality is that Mother Nature does what it should do, and gives us the seasonal vegetables and fruits that we want to eat during, like a really hot season. We want things that are refreshing, and I think with having squash and different types of melons and tomatoes and everything else, like that's what we want to eat at this time of year.
Yeah.
And so we follow the seasons, we cook with them. Yeah, it can be challenging. Yeah. But
not everything grows here as well as we'd like, right?
Absolutely. But we do our best, and squash is something that we can always find. Melons are something we can always find locally, and they're super delicious right now. So
yeah,
this is an easy one.
This looks so good. I love squash. And now, where did you grow up, Chef?
I grew up in Seattle, Washington. Long way from here, but yeah. Found my home in Houston, and I love it. So.
Well, and if you talk about maybe challenging, there's some challenging seasonality out west too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It gets very cold very quickly. You have much shorter growing seasons, whereas here we have seasons that are almost too long. You know what I mean? Like the tomato season, it has like 2 peaks instead of 1. So.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is wonderful. I would love a spoon. Yes, I was just about to start drinking this, but oh my goodness, this is. Oh, fantastic! I could have this every morning. I could have this for breakfast. This is a smoothie. Oh my goodness!
I'm glad you're enjoying.
I would have this every day. This is incredible. Now, tell us a little bit about you. You're from Houston.
Yeah, born and raised.
Yep.
Oh man, I had this
what got you into hospitality?
Hospitality. It's a funny story. I like to tell people it was just to rile up my parents, but my grandmother actually got into it at a very, very young age. She kind of became the cook of the neighborhood where she came from, and then we grew up seeing it. I was obsessed with it, and that's kind of where I wanted to be. Yeah. Hospitality, what truly made me fall in love with hospitality, probably the Bludorn group. But I mean,
I appreciate that.
That's really nice to hear.
But cooking for sure, it came from my grandmother.
Yeah. Well, and that's an important and a very astute observation, because not all operators are the same culture, same environment, and so it's very special. It has to be special for you to hear that this is the environment that she's in, and she's thriving and enjoying it. And
that's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal at the end of the day. So absolutely, it's a big deal. So I love it.
Talk a little bit about your upbringing and the culture and the environment because you came from a pretty interesting culinary background as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I worked for Daniel Boulud for 10 years. I was his chef at Cafe Boulud, which was the last position I held before coming here to Houston and opening up Bludorn. That was an amazing experience in New York City, getting the 10 years of experience there and getting to see all of it from being a cook to an executive chef. And then, prior to that, I spent time in California. I worked for Douglas Keane at Cyrus for 3 years. He was actually the one that pushed me to go to New York. And then as I keep backpedaling, I was also in Seattle, worked at Canlis, another famous restaurant that's had a long run, 70-year run, I think now, as they're approaching. It's a family-run business. And then I went to culinary school at the Culinary Institute of America. So I feel like I have a very well-rounded experience in restaurants, and but nothing could have prepared me to come to Houston and experience the diners and the excitement around food. And I love being here. So it seems like it's the perfect place for me to be, and my career was leading me here.
Yeah, it's just a different city. Houston is, we're from here. We like to think that we're special, right? But we kind of are, I remember, my mom was born in Manhattan, grew up, I'm from New Jersey. We came here when I was little, and, Houston was the Wild West. I thought, we'll get to ride a horse to school every day. That was my perception. Little did I know the incredible culinary landscape that awaited us. All right, let's go on back over to the Foodie Cam. We are taking a look at some of the dishes that will be on Bludorn's Houston Restaurant Week's menu 2025. Menus go live on July 15th at 9 a.m. Chef Alex, what are we looking at?
So this is a Lola Rosa salad. It's dressed with white balsamic vinaigrette, just fresh peaches, feta, and toasted almonds. This one, I love white balsamic. It's probably like my favorite vinegar that I came across that I fall in love with, and I want to use in everything. And then, I obviously, one of my favorite things about the Bludorn group is that I get to consult with Chef Aaron, my mentor. And he was like, oh, let's try it this way. Let's try it this way. So this one was definitely just something, again, refreshing. The salty feta helps fight it. And then that white balsamic, which is my favorite.
Now, for somebody watching, in case they haven't used a white balsamic, I certainly have not used a white balsamic. What would the difference be in taste from the traditional darker balsamic?
I find it's lighter
yeah.
and a little sweeter. It's like just a touch sweeter, not as acidic. But yeah, I use it on everything.
I mean, I am the kind of person that puts balsamic on everything. Give me a turkey sandwich, I'm putting it on there. Give me a little bit of salad. Give me some cottage cheese and bread. I'm putting balsamic on it.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of salt. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. All right, Chef, I want to hear an observation about Houston diners related to New York.
They're more adventurous.
Ooh, yeah.
Absolutely, they are. It's very true. I spent most of my time cooking for diners on the Upper East Side, which they're very set in their ways, and they feel like they've experienced everything. But Houston diners they're extremely adventurous. They're willing to jump into try new things. You put new things on the menu. They sell really well. I think that's really exciting, and they're very, very. They're very supportive of the restaurant community too, which is huge.
Yeah. Probably a little surprising to you coming from West Coast, East Coast, this climate of support that people have for restaurants. I think it's a little different in Houston.
And restaurateurs support each other.
Same thing, yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's go on over to the Foodie Cam to take a look at another dish. All right, Chef, what are we looking at? On to the entrees.
So this is our rainbow trout. We have it sitting on a bed of like bean ragu. It's basically lady peas with some Romano beans. They're Covert. Nice and buttery, a little bit of garlic hints. It has a lady bean puree at the bottom as well, and it's sauced with the brown butter foam.
Brown butter foam.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You're going to have to tell me, how do you make foam, please?
I'm actually going to let Chef Aaron do this, and he is the one who taught me.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just take a flavorful liquid. So we make a broth with, with a lot of lemon juice and aromatics, and then we slowly drizzle brown butter into it, and then we use a little bit of soy lecithin, which is an emulsifier, as we buzz it to aerate. So what happens is these bubbles create this nice light sauce, so we're able to just skim it off the top. Now, the whole idea behind this is it's a take on a trout meuniere. So what we do is we actually take the shallots, pickled golden raisins, capers, and parsley, and a little bit of lemon zest, and then just mix it with brown butter and then put it on top. So you don't have and then we froth the brown butter sauce and then put it around the outside. So it's not just seeping in butter, you know what I mean? It's a lighter dish to go with it. So it's just kind of a new take on an old classic.
For me, you're almost describing dessert. I mean, we know where my brain is, right? Yeah. Now, Chef, tell us, when somebody walks inside Bludorn for the first time, what is your hope for their experience?
My hope for guest experience when they walk in our doors is a very relaxed yet elegant setting, a setting where any of their desires can be filled, whether it's a certain type of wine that you're looking for, a certain cocktail. We like to say that we can do it all. And we have a lot of different options, a lot of different ways to choose your adventure when you dine with us, and that's just part of the experience here.
I love that. And we heard from so many diners last year during Houston Restaurant Weeks. It was their first time coming here. It's got to be special being able to meet that many new diners for the first time, because maybe this is a little bit out of their price range.
Sure.
And so this is a special occasion for them.
Which we love.
Yeah.
Which we love. We love the ability to reach as many people, and just for people to come in and just really enjoy our restaurant, at the end of the day. So.
Yeah. And it is beautiful. Everything you described, that is exactly what I felt as I came in. All right, y'all, let's go back on over to the Foodie Cam here at Bludorn on tap. We're taking a look at some of the 2025 HRW menu items. All right, Chef, what are we looking at?
This is a creamy polenta, and in the middle, well, this is a seared pork shoulder, I'm sorry, but on the bottom of the plate, you have creamy polenta, and then you have Chef Aaron's ratatouille that we actually opened with. And I know this because it was on my station, and we had to cut it like every single day.
So you learned it real good.
I did learn it real good. And then on top of that, we have our pork shoulder that we actually sous vide for 24 hours, sear it nicely, and then it's topped with fresh remoulade.
I love that. So much detail, so many different ingredients. You know, you were talking about the environment, the culture that you're able to come here and learn. Talk about the details, though. How much detail is it? Were you just amazed that you're like, you can't do that much to a pork shoulder? And then Chef Aaron is like, actually, Chef Allie, you can. Is that kind of how it goes a little bit?
Yeah, actually, it is. I think one of my favorite things is the detail. But I do like that I get to train in and hone in and look at all angles of just one plate.
Yeah,
So
and
it is nice.
And the detail that I'm talking about too, Chef Aaron, is, you know, at first glance, this may just look like a piece of meat on some polenta, but there's a nice little layer very discreetly. It's almost like a surprise. So you have to cut into it to get it. And this is you. This is the artistry in the dish. Yeah.
I love for a dish to come very clean and put together, and then by the time you're done enjoying it, it's a mess on the plate.
That's the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you come and everything looks very, very neat and tidy. But then, you know, you start to dive into it, and it really sort of evokes a little bit of hedonism, just pure enjoyment. You know?
I just got a nice burst of lemon zest as soon as I took that bite, and I love that. I love it. It accomplishes everything that you're trying to do. So really excellent dish, beautiful dish too. All right, let's go back on over to the foodie cam. We're taking a look at some of the entrees that are on Bludorn's Houston Restaurant Week's menu. Any repeats from last year or some new dishes?
None. We keep it fresh. We like to do new dishes for Restaurant Week.
Yeah.
We find this is a very important time for, you know, guests to come in and try this for the first time, and we also like to have dishes that we're really excited about, you know, on that menu. So this is another dish that we're extremely excited about. I mean, repeats in the way like I have gnocchi on the menu quite often. I might have pork shoulder steak, you know, but so this dish, it's a gnocchi that it's potato gnocchi cooked and seared, and then we toss it with charred corn, roasted red bell peppers. And then a little bit of shallots and garlic, and serve it on top of a corn puree. But then the little twist that we like to give is there's dots of huitlacoche puree that we make with olive, huitlacoche, and just a little bit of black truffle paste.
Now, Chef, what is huitlacoche?
So it's a fungus that grows on corn.
Fungus, wait, stop.
Yes. So it's a mushroom.
Okay, mushroom, much better.
Yeah. Sorry, a mushroom. It
is a fungus. Cover my ears. Okay, it's a mushroom.
So are truffles.
Truffles, yes, they are. They come out of the ground. Yes.
Absolutely. So so it grows on the corn right around harvest, and it's this mushroom that grows, and we take it, we harvest it, and we don't harvest it. We'll get it harvested, and then we'll make a puree out of it. So it gives it a nice added layer of umami. It's really delicious, and it goes so well with the corn because what grows together goes together.
I love that.
What grows together
goes
together. I love that. Oh my goodness, these dishes are beautiful. All right, they're telling me it's time for the dessert portion of the day. I happen to think it's the most important dish, the most important course. I don't know. You might have a little bit of a disagreement with that. I don't know.
I think it's very important because it puts a button on the meal.
It's the last thing you taste before you leave the restaurant. All right, let's take a look at one of the desserts that will be on the 2025 Houston Restaurant Week's menu. All right, y'all, this is the most important part of the show. I mean, you know, let's go. All right, Chef Marie, pastry chef here at Bludorn. What are we looking at?
All right, so this is our raspberry vacherin. We want to do something super light, summery. Raspberries are perfectly in season right now. It has ricotta, ice cream swirled in, and then passion fruit curd, and then fresh raspberries.
Lots of good summery stuff. Welcome, Chef Marie, to
Thank you.
Foodies and Friends on Fox 26. I think this is the first time we've met.
I think so.
Yes. How long have you been here at Bludorn?
3.5 years.
Yeah.
Time flies.
And are you from Houston?
No,
No.
I'm originally from North Carolina.
Oh, very
And
nice.
then I lived in New York for 11 years where I met Chef Aaron.
Oh, wonderful. So you're bringing the talent west, Chef. Amazing.
Absolutely.
We love this.
Well, I mean, Marie's been amazing here. She not only looks over the pastry here at Bludorn, but also at Navy Blue, Bar Bludorn, and Persea. So she's a very busy woman.
Yes, and Houston Restaurant Weeks probably keeps you even busier.
Yeah.
Because, we hear from a lot of restaurants that they serve more desserts in August
Oh, for sure.
than they do the rest of the year. So you're probably one of the busiest people in the building at
Yeah.
that time of year, right?
Yeah, we get super busy, but we also want to, stay to our brand and make sure that everyone gets a good option.
I know. I kind of go a little crazy. Can you tell I'm a sugar?
You love
I'm
dessert?
a little bit of a
You have a
sugar
sweet tooth?
holic here. It's, oh my goodness. I love all the color. But are there any special preparations that you have to do, to the line or even in the kitchen to prepare for all those extra desserts that you're serving?
Yeah, we definitely up our bars, make sure we have plenty for everyone. This is our vacherin. We have it on our menu normally, but we want to do it especially for Restaurant Week.
Mhm.
So if someone's gluten free, it's a really great option. Or if someone doesn't want like a heavy dessert, it's really light and refreshing, not too heavy after all the delicious food that they get.
After that pork shoulder.
Right? Yeah.
Well, and that's great because you give them a chance to try it during Houston Restaurant Weeks, and then maybe they come back and they try it during, Mother's Day or October. All right, we've got another dessert to show y'all that is going to be on the 2025 Bludorn Houston Restaurant Weeks menu. Oh, baby. What are we doing here? What are we doing? You trying to make people fall asleep at the restaurant and stay here, Chef?
So this is kind of the opposite of the vacherin. Everyone loves chocolate cake. So this is our devil's food cake with chocolate ganache. It has vanilla ice cream, and then some salted caramel and a little bit of Malden salt on top, just to give it a little bit of a salty finish.
This is not your average chocolate cake. When you say chocolate cake, you go to a bakery, you go to H-E-B. We love H-E-B. We love the butter tortillas. But this is not your average chocolate cake. Oh my gosh. Chef, talk to me about the top.
All right, so the
chocolate,
top
yes.
is chocolate ganache. We just add a fun texture to it with our
Oh, my
piping.
Oh my gosh.
A little something for everyone.
Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. This is your sneak peek for the Bludorn Houston Restaurant Weeks menu. Y'all, it was one of the fan favorites. Y'all crushed last year. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. All of your restaurants participating this year, supporting the Houston Food Bank. Y'all, they need help. And come out and support your local restaurants as well. Dining out and doing good is just around the corner. Menus go live July 15th. Thank you so much, Chef Aaron Bludorn.
Thank you, Katie.
Chef, thank you, Marie. All right, y'all. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of Foodies and Friends.